Hey everybody, welcome back to another video of mine. So in today's tutorial I have decided to do a one branded drugstore makeup look. So I'm just going to be using all of Sleek makeup products. I wanted to create a look that was so dramatic that I think you could only really get away with it on New Year's Eve, because New Year's Eve is coming up and honestly when I ever go out I just chuck whatever on. Pigments, glitters, metallic eyeshadows, like bold lips, bold eyes, I just go for it. So I thought I would do a drugstore version to start off with. I'm going to be doing a lot more New Year's Eve looks, so please press the red button below and subscribe because I don't want you missing out on any more. So anyway, let's just kick off this video and get started. So to start priming my eyelids, I'm taking the corrector and concealer palette from Sleek and I'm just grabbing the two first shades, mixing them together and then popping this on my eyelid. Then I'll be grabbing my sponge and just making sure that that's all patted in nicely and all the excess concealer has been taken away, because you don't want to put on too much. This will just ensure that there's no creasing. Then I'm going to be taking the All Night Long palette and I'm taking this creamy shade here and I'm popping this all over the concealer just to buff that in place and make sure that it's set, so when we start to apply eyeshadow it just glides on smoother. In this tutorial I'm taking two palettes, so the next palette I'm using is Bad Girl and I'm taking this purpley shade here and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. All I'm going to do is take a little bit of that shade, not too much, and just really work that into the crease using windshield wiper motions and circular motions too. This will just give it a really nice soft effect and I'm going to drag it out quite far out into the outer V area of the eye. Then going in with the matte black shade and a flat buffer brush, I'm just going to pop this all over the eyelid and just make sure that I'm not going too high with this colour because we are going to blend it out. Using black eyeshadow all over the eye first of all would just ensure that when you put on metallic shades they're just even more enhanced, so the colour just stands out even more. It really does like pack a punch. Then reverting back to the other palette, I'm taking this soft neutral brown shade and I'm going to pop that on a buffer brush and I'm just going to use circular motions to blend out the edges of the black so it will go and transfer nicely from black to brown to then purple. Now starting on the shimmery shades, I'm taking the black shimmer shadow from the Bad Girl palette and I'm just going to pop this again with the flat brush on the outer and inner corner, but I'm going to leave the center nice and matte for the next shade. To make the gold pop, I'm going to be taking both of the gold shades from the All Night Long palette and I'm just going to pop this in the center of my eyelid and I'm just going to blend it all the way from the bottom of the lid all the way up to when we reach the purple shade, and I'm just going to pat and kind of diffuse the edges a little bit and just make sure that it blends nicely into the black. For my eyeliner today, I'm taking the Sleek Makeup Dip It eyeliner and I'm just going to trace along my lash line. I'm only going to do a thin liquid liner because I am going to smoke it out in a minute with a little bit of shadow. So what I'm going to do is take the little smudgy brush that the palettes come with and I'm going to pick up some of that black eyeshadow, the matte shade, and I'm just going to smudge some shadow on top of that eyeliner. It'll just soften the look up a little bit and not let it be too harsh. Before I begin my face makeup, I'm just taking some cream shimmery eyeshadow from the All Night Long palette and popping that on the inner corners of my eye. For my foundation today, I'm taking the Sleek Makeup Oil-Free Creme to Powder Foundation in the shade Latte, and I'm first of all going to stipple this on using a kabuki brush, and then I'm going to change to a smaller, fluffier brush just to get in all the nooks and crannies, so like around my nose and on my pores and things like that. It just packs on a little bit more coverage. Moving on to my cream highlight and contour, I did switch brushes because this brush didn't really work very well to pack on a lot of product. So I'm just popping the two lighter shades underneath my eyes to brighten up my face, on the center of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, basically anywhere that you want to highlight your face and make it stand out more. Then to correct, I'm taking the concealer palette again and taking the corrector shade, which is the peachy shade. And I'm just going to pop this directly onto my eye bags. This is just going to counteract any of the darkness that I have going on there, and yes, I need a lot. I really do love using peachy undertoned concealers and correctors. I just feel like it makes the skin look flawless, and it basically just gives you like that whole Photoshop airbrush but like in real life kind of thing. That's why I love correctors. And then moving on to contour, I'm just going to apply that underneath my cheekbones, on the bottom of my chin, on my forehead, anywhere that I want to make my face look smaller and more chiseled. And then for my brows, I'm taking the brow kit in the shade medium, and basically what it is a gel on one side and a powder on the other. So you essentially pack down the gel first and then the powder sticks onto the gel afterwards. I have been using this non-stop since using it for this tutorial actually. I have been in love. Everyone has said to me how much nicer my brows look when I've been using this palette, and it just makes them look natural but still thick and full without looking really harsh. I am converted to gel and powder. Then for my contour, an oldie but a goodie, and I literally love this contour kit. So I'm taking the medium shade, and first of all I'm using a big fluffy brush to use it as a bronzer to bronze up the skin and just make it look nice and sun-kissed, I guess. And then I'm taking a smaller, more harsher brush to contour with, so it gives you more of a sharper feel. I am literally like bowing down to Sleek for their highlighting kits. This one is the Cleopatra's Kiss, and I'm taking that really pale creamy goldy shade, and I'm just going to pop that on the tops of my cheekbones, on top of my brow bone. I'm basically going to dip my whole face in it, okay? I literally am obsessed. I mean, like, look at the nose highlight. You just can't get any better. Then for my blusher, I'm taking the Coral Blush, and I'm going to pop this on the apples of my cheeks just to give me a little bit more colour. Zooming back into the eyes, I'm taking the All Night Long palette again and that brownie shade, and I'm just going to pop this on my lower lash line all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner, and I'm just using side to side motions to blend that all in. Because I'm just obsessed with this purple shade, I'm going to dip back into it and pop it on my lower lash line again all the way on top of the brown shade just to make it a little bit more colourful. A cool little trick I like to do is just to pick up a shade of like a shimmery eyeshadow and pop it on top. You can do this with any coloured eyeshadow, it will still work. It just gives it that shimmery feel, and it just makes it a little bit more glamorous. I just feel like when you've got a really shimmery lower lash line, I just feel like it's extra glam. For my lips, I decided to create an ombre look, so I'm taking the Matte Me liquid lipstick in Old Hollywood, and I'm basically going to carve out and colour in the edges of my lips, and I'm just going to use the wand that it comes with. It's actually really thin. This is probably a really thin liquid lipstick wand, and I love that because you guys know that I'm super messy when it comes to using liquid lipstick wands, and I actually didn't make mess. Like, I didn't actually have to clean up any lines. So bonus points for us. Then I'm taking the Lip VIP lipstick and then the shade Walk of Fame, and I'm just going to pop that on the center of my lips. I love this because it's so hydrating on the lips, so it just gives you that extra glamorous kind of glossy feel, which I personally love. I'm more of a glossy girl than a matte girl. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below your thoughts. Remember, you can find me on all other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. It's all Amy's Makeup Box. I've made it really nice and easy for you guys to find me. So until my next New Year's Eve look, I'll see you soon.